Courtney. Welcome to Poppy and Gray. If you are new here, I am so excited to have you for my 12 Days of Christmas thing that I'm doing. If you are a returning subscriber or viewer, thanks for hanging out with me once again. So today I am going to talk to you about favorites, and yes, it's late, but I am a slacker. What can I say? It's the Gen Xer in me. So I wanted to talk about a few things that I really enjoyed in the month of November. The first thing is this cozy fleece. I don't know what it is. It is probably the least flattering item of clothing I have ever willingly purchased, but it is so warm and so cozy and so soft. It has a little like kangaroo pocket in the front. I think I bought it a size up. It is from Costco, so I don't really know like the brand, but it was really cheap. It was like $14, and when we go back I want to get it in a different color. So yeah, if you have a Costco membership, check out their like surprisingly I have clothes from Costco that I really enjoy. Actually, there is another favorites from Costco that I loved that I got the same day that we went, and I got this pullover as well. So the weather here has been kind of up and down, so it's been great to throw this on just like over a long sleeve t-shirt. I am currently wearing it as I lounge around the house because I have my pajama pants on. So yeah, check this out at Costco. The other thing that I love that is from Costco are these pajamas. So they are flannel. I got a pair last year that I'm actually wearing that have coffee mugs on them. These have skis, and what I love about the pants is that they have a cuff. So I am short. I am 5'2". So if you have longer legs, there is, the pants leg is sufficient enough. But if you are on the shorter side like I am, you can cuff it, and then there is a snap, which is kind of genius, to hold the cuff up, which I absolutely enjoy. It comes as a set. The pajama pants also have pockets, which I really enjoy because I tend to keep lip balm on me at all times, or chapstick or something of the sort, so I can pop that into my pockets. And they're just super cute. Also very, very soft. This is what the top looks like. You can see, and then there's just like a pocket here. Great for also lounging around the house. Like I had them on, and my in-laws I tend to put my pajamas on as soon as we get home and I know that we're not going back out. So I mean, it could be 4 o'clock and I'll have pajamas on. It gets dark at like 4, so whatever, don't judge me. But anyway, my in-laws had popped over in the evening, and I had these on, and I wasn't like super embarrassed to be caught in my pajamas at like 5 o'clock on a random night. So yeah, the other thing that I have really enjoyed, this is local to us. It is a beer. I'm over 21. So Mad Tree Brewing Company is local in the city that we live in. I believe that they ship now. If they do, I will leave a link to like where you can buy it if you are over 21. So this is called S'more Gratitude Stout. Apparently I only love stout when it tastes like chocolate. So it has cocoa powder, cocoa nibs, vanilla beans, and lactose. And you guys, this is so freaking good. Like, before I started dating my husband, I was not a beer drinker at all. I really didn't enjoy beers, like in the slightest. I was more of like a cocktail drinker. But dating my husband, he has definitely turned me into much more of a beer drinker. I'm still sort of like, there are beers that I love for the summer, and there are some that I love for the fall, but like I I hadn't really found one that I wanted to drink like during the winter, because some of them are fruitier, and I just think that's like not, it doesn't go with the winter. So when he picked these up, I was super excited to try them, and it is so good. And yeah, who knew that I am a stout drinker, apparently. Um, and one more thing, kind of clothing wise, that I wanted to share with you. So we live in Ohio. It gets cold generally, or it used to get cold before global warming. Now, one day it's 57 degrees in December, and the next day it's 12 degrees. So, I mean, who knows? But one of the things that I hate is being cold, and I hate going outside. However, I have a small child who enjoys being outside. So I really wanted, and I was reading this, I read this book about this girl who, or this woman, I should say, she is from like a Scandinavian country. I can't remember which one, but she falls in love with an American, and they move back to the United States. He gets like moved back here for his job, and she ends up moving, I believe, to Indiana or maybe Wisconsin. I don't know, somewhere in the Midwest. And so one of the things, maybe it is Indiana. Anyway, one of the things that I remember her talking about in the book was that regardless of temperature in her native country, children will play outside. It's not that it's too cold, it's just that they have to be dressed properly. And I think that we don't really do that here in America. Part of it is because especially where I live, like I live in a suburb, and it is definitely a car place. Like, people don't walk places, you get in your car and go. And children are not allowed to wear coats in their car seats according to like laws and regulations or whatever. I don't know if it's technically a law or if it's best practices. Anyway, we don't let our son wear his coat in the car because he is in a car seat, obviously. Anyway, that whole ramble is to say that I needed a proper winter coat so that maybe the winter would be more enjoyable for me and I wouldn't be freezing my ass off all the time. So I finally invested in like one of these puffy down coats. It is 3/4 length, so it comes down to my knees. It has this faux fur hood, and like the hood is lined in like faux Sherpa, I believe. It zips all the way up. It has pockets. I got this on Amazon. It's light enough that I can like dress under it in layers and, you know, get warmer, but it's also not super bulky, if that makes any sense. So it has been cold enough for me to wear it. I wore it, we went to the Festival of Lights and I wore it there that night. We've had a couple of other like outings that where the weather has been really cold, and it has come in handy. So I'm super excited that I'm finally properly attired for the weather. And if I can find links to any or all of this stuff, I will leave them in the description box down below. The last two things I wanted to talk about are two TV shows. So I finished watching The Boys on Amazon Prime. If you're into like comic books or graphic novels, I guess they're called, and I believe the series is based on a graphic novel. And I also want to give a heads up, it is very graphic. After I finished it, started reading some stuff about it online, and apparently because it was kind of comic book like or dealing with superheroes, people were letting their kids watch it. Don't do that. It is very graphic, and I think in the first 20 minutes there is like full frontal nudity. There is a lot of violence and blood within like the opening shots. The violence reminds me a lot of like Tarantino, like Kill Bill, where it's you know, it has that effect where, like, I don't know. I feel like Kill Bill, which I think is also based off of a graphic novel, it has that very, like, comic book-esque violence to it. So yeah, anyway, very, very, very good. I enjoyed it a lot, actually a lot more than I thought that I would. I sat down to, I turned it on because I had like so much laundry that I needed to fold, and I ended up binge watching it in an entire like night, which is something that I haven't done in a really long time. So definitely thumbs up on that. Highly recommend. The second series has been out for a while, and actually the end of the series starts airing in January. Apparently, my friends don't love me because no one told me how amazing Schitt's Creek is and that I should be watching it. And once again, I just kind of discovered it on my own. Thanks, people in my life who apparently hate me and don't want me to watch things that I will love. It is, if you've never heard of it, it is about an extremely wealthy family whose money manager like loses all of their money or runs away with all of their money, and so they end up with nothing. The one thing that they have is this motel that is in this like very small town in the middle of nowhere. It's their one asset, so the entire family, it's parents and their adult children, move into this really like shitty rundown motel in the middle of nowhere, and it's like this fish out of water thing in them trying to adjust, and I love it so much. Eugene Levy is in it, and I think he is hysterical. I believe Eugene Levy and his son created it, and it is just, it's so good. It's one of those things where, like, if you're usually, like, when I want to watch something like feel good TV, so to speak, I will either watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine or The Good Place. It is very reminiscent to me of those TV shows, in that it's kind, you know, it's a little, the whole setup is a little bit absurd. The situations that they find themselves in every week is they're like completely ridiculous. But it it is so funny. So I am like pacing myself because I don't want to finish. I don't want to finish it because I love it so much. And when I posted about it, like on my Facebook, like, hello, why did no one tell me I should be watching this? And I had a bunch of my friends, you know, say, oh my God, you're so lucky. I wish like I could discover it all over again and, you know, be watching it for like brand new for the first time. So 2 show recommendations. Schitt's Creek is on Netflix. The Boys is on Amazon Prime. I highly recommend both of those. Very, very different. But yeah, so those are the things that I enjoyed in November. Yeah, it was kind of an intense month, so I'm glad that I found some things that made me feel good about myself. So that is all for this video. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.